Have you ever heard a story so strange, so unsettling, that it sticks with you long after you've heard it? Well, get ready, because today we're re-diving into one of history's most baffling and downright creepy unsolved mysteries. The case of the Devil's footprints. Picture this. It's the early morning of February 9th, 1855, in Devon, England. People wake up to a world blanketed in fresh, undisturbed snow. But as they step outside, they see something that sends a shiver down their spines. A single line of bizarre, hoof-like footprints stretches across the landscape. And when I say stretches, I mean it. These weren't just a few tracks in a garden. They went on for an estimated 40 to 100 miles, winding through more than 30 different towns and villages. Now, you might be thinking, okay, some animal got loose, but here's where it gets truly weird. The prints were in a perfect single file, one directly in front of the other, as if a two-legged creature was hopping along. Each print was about 4 inches long and 3 inches wide, with a distinct cloven hoof shape. The distance between each step was a consistent 8 to 16 inches. No animal known in Devon walks like that. A donkey? A pony? They would leave 4 prints, and their gait would be completely different. But the real kicker wasn't just the shape of the prints. It was where they were found. These tracks didn't just cross fields and roads. They went over rooftops, scaling walls as high as 14 feet. They appeared on one side of a haystack and reappeared on the other, with no marks on the hay itself. They were found leading up to the bank of the wide river Esha, stopping dead, and then continuing on the other side as if the creature had simply walked across the water. The tracks even went through enclosed gardens and courtyards, somehow getting in and out without disturbing the surrounding snow on the walls. Some reports even claim the tracks went straight through small pipes and drainage tubes, only a few inches in diameter. Imagine the scene. Panic started to spread like wildfire. The local population was terrified. The footprints were so precise, so unnatural. They could only point to one conclusion for many of the deeply religious folk of the time. The devil himself had walked among them during the night. People refused to leave their homes, and sermons were preached about the coming of Satan. It was mass hysteria, fueled by something real and unexplainable that everyone could see with their own eyes. Of course, the more scientifically minded people of the era tried to find a rational explanation. The famous naturalist Sir Richard Owen, a rival of Charles Darwin, examined the reports and sketches. He dismissed the supernatural claims and suggested the tracks were made by badgers. He argued that a badger's unique gait could create a pattern that, when distorted by the freezing and thawing of the snow, might look like a single line of hoof prints. Other theories proposed otters, rats, or even swans. Another popular idea was that some sort of experimental balloon, trailing a grappling hook or anchor, had been accidentally released from a nearby dockyard and dragged its way across the countryside. But none of these explanations truly fit all the facts. How could a badger or an otter walk over rooftops and through drain pipes? How could a balloon's anchor create such a consistent and delicate pattern for 100 miles, navigating obstacles with such precision? Even a kangaroo, which some jokers suggested had escaped a private zoo, couldn't account for the sheer distance and impossible locations of the tracks. To this day, over 160 years later, the mystery of the devil's footprints remains completely unsolved. Every logical explanation has a fatal flaw. The tracks were seen by thousands of people across dozens of towns. It wasn't a localized hoax or a shared delusion. Something walked through Devon that night, leaving a trail that defied all logic and reason. What do you think it was? Was it a bizarre weather phenomenon? A clever large-scale prank? Or was it something else entirely? Something that we still can't explain? Let me know your theories down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think about this incredible historical enigma. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more mysteries. See you next time.